Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Raya with another video, and I'm going to start it off with Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true children of Israel, as well as the confusion of face Israelites who have been graced with the knowledge of this truth and are doing whatever you can to get back into the good graces of your power, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, so you can be of that elect number, the 144,000, and the rest of the righteous 1/3, who will be saved from these coming terrible calamities of Jacob's trouble. Woe or destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who refuse to return to your power, as well as these other heathen nations who are going to have many horrible things befall them during Jacob's trouble. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that word devil means deceiver, and this is speaking of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, that red Hebrew Edomite. More specifically, the elites of the Edomites, such as the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Gettys, the DuPonts, you name it. And these elites definitely know that they hath but a short time. These elites study the scriptures, and they can see that these end times prophecies are beginning to come to their fulfillment. And they know that when the true men of the Lord are out there on the highways and byways, waking up Israel to come back to their power, which is chiefly being done by GMS or Great Millstone, that whatever heathen nation that's ruling at the time is going to come to an end. And besides knowing that, these elites also know that they're Edomites, and that the fate of the Edomites after they're taken out of power is 1,000 years of hardcore bondage and slavery before their permanent eradication, and they clearly don't want that. So they're doing whatever they can to scramble together their new world order as quickly as possible, and their main objective is to take this truth off the highways and byways along with the men of the Lord, and especially off the internet, which is what we'll be dealing with this article on activistpost.com titled New FBI Document Adds Fringe Conspiracy Theories as Next Big Domestic Terror Threat. Besides labeling the men of the Lord as domestic terrorists or black identity extremists so they can have justification for rolling on us, arresting us, and throwing us in prison, they're also going to label the truth as hate speech and a conspiracy theory that causes domestic terrorism. This is Amos chapter 8 verse 11. Behold, the days come, which are quickly coming upon us, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, the famine of the word, labeling the truth as a conspiracy theory causing domestic terrorism, a menace to society that must be stopped. You are all terrorists. It already has been well documented how many government agencies have compiled lists containing Americans who are potential terrorists. Back in 2013, Michael Schneider highlighted 72 types of Americans who made some sort of potential threat list, and he provided links to all of the documents. And I'm going to go to an article real quick with this list, also on activistpost.com, titled 72 Types of Americans that are considered potential terrorists in official government documents. And pretty much everyone on this list is a person who questions the official narrative and can see through the propaganda. But what really caught my eye was number 71, those that believe in end times prophecies. And what's the main thing that the men of the Lord prophesy? That the United States of America is biblically known as Babylon the Great, and that it's going to be destroyed by 200 million nuclear missiles, and that these heathens are going to be taken out of power and put under subjection to the Israelites, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So we're definitely on a list, Akim, several lists at that. As comprehensive as that was, there is a brand new document that has been obtained by Yahoo News, which purports to illustrate a new category that the FBI is zeroing in on: fringe conspiracy theories. Yahoo states that this is a first for the agency. The document specifically mentions QAnon, which is nothing more than a government psyop, a shadowy network that believes in a deep state conspiracy against President Trump, who is just another puppet of the elites, and Pizzagate, the theory that a pedophile ring, including Clinton associates, was being run out of the basement of a Washington, D.C. pizza restaurant, which didn't actually have a basement. And we know that these elites and these higher-ups do practice pedophilia. Just look at the situation going on right now with Jeffrey Epstein. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We already know that nearly everyone who questions just about anything can land on one of these lists. So the fact that they are singling out QAnon and Pizzagate should come as no surprise. Instead, it's more likely that the real impact is highlighted in the following paragraph. The FBI assesses these conspiracy theories very likely will emerge, spread, and evolve in the modern information marketplace, the internet, occasionally driving both groups and individual extremists to carry out criminal or violent acts, the document states. It also goes on to say the FBI believes conspiracy theory-driven extremists are likely to increase during the 2020 presidential election cycle. So it's not deranged and violent people carrying out these acts who occasionally latch on to strange ideas. It's the opposite. It's the ideas that created deranged and violent people. Furthermore, it's open communication on the internet that makes it all possible, and especially during an election season. The advent of the internet and social media has enabled promoters of conspiracy theories to produce and share greater volumes of material via online platforms that larger audiences of consumers can quickly and easily access, the document says. It is interesting that Yahoo also highlights a statement from the FBI where they say they can never initiate an investigation based solely on First Amendment protected activity. As with all of our investigations, the FBI can never monitor a website or a social media platform without probable cause, adding, though the FBI document focuses on ideological motivations, FBI Director Wray, in his testimony last week, asserted that the FBI is concerned only with violence, not people's beliefs. This would seem to conflict with a recent report from NextGov that couldn't be clearer when it states the FBI wants tech to track social media for criminals and terrorists before they act. The Federal Bureau of Investigations aims to acquire access to a social media early alerting tool that will help insiders proactively and reactively monitor how terrorist groups, foreign intelligence services, criminal organizations, and other domestic threats. Isn't GMS on the SPLC or the Southern Poverty Law Center's Black Nationalist Group list? Use networking platforms to further their illegal efforts, according to a request for proposal amended this week. With increased use of social media platforms by subjects of current FBI investigations and individuals that pose a threat to the United States, it is critical to obtain a service which will allow the FBI to identify relevant information from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms, including YouTube, in a timely fashion, the agency said in the RFP. Consequently, the FBI needs near real-time access to a full range of social media exchanges in order to obtain the most current information available in the furtherance of its law enforcement and intelligence missions. And you can never put anything past these Edomites, these devils, these deceivers. You could easily see them taking a brother's face and voice from another video and creating a deep fake video with that brother in it holding a gun, telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to go fight against these Edomites in a race war. And on another level, they could hire a crisis actor to pose as a Hebrew Israelite, calling himself a black Hebrew Israelite with beard and fringes and all, going on a shooting spree, and then later referencing that deep fake video they made as the reason for that so-called Israelite going on that shooting spree. All of this comes at a time where big tech is purging independent media, and themselves seem to be expanding their definition of dangerous language and potentially deadly topics that are a threat to society. Apparently, they've now been given further marching orders. So as you Akim can see, this famine of the word is upon us. And if you remember, a couple of months ago, YouTube said they were going to start cracking down on videos that promote racist ideas and hate speech. And then later on that week, some brothers started putting up videos on how some of their videos were taken down for violating YouTube's community guidelines, and only expect this to increase as we get closer and closer to all hell breaking loose. Back in Amos chapter 8, verse 11 through 12, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it." So do you sincere brothers and sisters out there, get this word while it's hot, because it won't be around for too much longer. You want to make your calling and election sure while you still have the liberty to do so. You don't want to be like one of these two-thirds scoffers out here who during Jacob's trouble tries looking for this word but can't find it, and then they'll have to face whatever comes their way during Jacob's trouble. So with this video, I hope you sincere Akim were edified, and as always, I'm going to say Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharala, till next time, Shalom.